What are you looking for in this old box?
I'm looking forward for a get-together of our SSC batch in the next week. I'm going to surprise everyone with something.
Interesting. What surprise though?
Dear, when my friends and I were in college, we all used to write many letters to each other very often. I have still kept all those letters with me as a remembrance of those olden days.
Wow, that's a cool idea. May I ask you to read any of the letters?
It's very difficult to decide which letter I should read. This entire box is filled with letters.
My god, have your friends written all these letters?
Many of them have been written by my friends, but not all of them. Some of them have been written by my grandparents, other elders, relatives, cousins, and neighbors as well.
But I wonder why they have written only the letters.
Mine was a different era. There wasn't any internet or WhatsApp. Even the mobiles weren't there. Only few people had landline phones. So, letters were the only medium if we had to contact each other or convey any important message. These days, it has become so easy for you to contact each other instantly through mobiles and emails.
But how does it matter if we send an email or a letter if the content is going to be the same? In the age of technology, how much relevance does this old style of writing letters hold?
Yes, you are right. The content isn't going to change even if we change the mode. And though there are better and more convenient alternatives to letters, as you say, writing letter surely carries some relevance even today.
And what is that?
You see, if you compare the format of emails and handwritten letters, there is not much difference in it. But a handwritten letter does add a personal touch to our message, be it formal or informal. All official or business letters are known as formal letters, and those which we send to our relatives or friends are called as informal letters.
Yes, I am aware of this. This formality is observed even in emails.
In your emails, you just need to mention the email ID of the sender and the recipient. Unlike letters, where you are needed to write a detailed address of both the parties. In formal letters, the sender needs to write his address at the top, following it with the date and the recipient's address. Since it is a formal letter, the sender is supposed to summarize the letter in one line under subject, which says for what purpose the letter is being written. It is written after the recipient's address in the most precise manner.
Yes, our email box also contains a column of subject where we mention the core message of the letter.
You are absolutely right. In informal letters, the sender need not mention the recipient's address, and the subject as it is a casual and candid writing. An informal letter is much more personal than a formal one. Since there are two different formats of the letters, the language in both the letters also differs in tone and vocabulary. We address the recipient of a formal letter by writing respected sir, madam, and the recipient of an informal one by writing dear. This is called salutation of the recipient.
Right. In formal letters, we write yours faithfully, sincerely, truly, or obediently. And in informal ones, we close the sentence by writing yours lovingly or your loving, and whatever relation we have with the recipient. Also, we write our full name at the end of formal letters, but only our first name in informal ones. Am I right?
Correct. Don't forget that all these elements of the format of the letter are expected to be written along the margin of the page. Unlike in the previous days where we used to leave some space to begin the paragraph. Now, we just leave one line to begin or show a different paragraph.
I still don't see any point in writing letters while we can send our message faster through emails or WhatsApp.
As I said earlier, Writing a letter adds a personal touch to our purpose of writing. A handwritten letter may get you instant attention. Plus, it definitely enhances our language skills as it helps us in our creative expressions. In your emails, many times you are prompted by the computer to use correct and precise grammar and vocab. In letters, you do not get such help, and thus it naturally develops a habit and tendency to be more precise while writing. Therefore, writing a letter by hand is not only useful but also creative.
You are right. Now I can't wait to send my own handwritten letter to someone.
No need to wait, my dear. Your cousin's sister is preparing for her board exams. Wish her luck by writing a personal letter than just sending a text. I'm sure she would be happy and surprised.
Yes.
What did we learn? All the elements of both the formats need to be written along the margin without leaving any space from the margin. Sender's address, date, recipient's address, subject, salutation, main body of the letter, and closing paragraph is the format of a formal letter, while we skip the recipient's address and subject in informal letter. We write respected sir or madam to address the recipient of a formal letter and dear while writing an informal letter. We write yours faithfully, sincerely, truly, or obediently while closing a formal letter, and close an informal letter by writing yours lovingly or your loving and our relation with the recipient. For example, your loving son, daughter, nephew, etc. We mention our full name at the end of a formal letter, but only our first name at the end of an informal letter. We begin or show a new paragraph without leaving any space from the margin, but by just leaving an entire line. Exercise. Write a letter to your grandparents describing your success in a sports competition.